Beanie Talks. Jeez, it's gone so far. Welcome to Beanie Talks. I've been trying to do this so many times. Y'all, it's Beanie Talks. It's Sunday, y'all already know. I apologize for not wearing a beanie, but it is wicked hot in here, so please forgive me. But we are in week 4, you guys, of a series we are calling What to Do When You Don't Know What to Do. So like, what do you do? I don't know. I thought you were gonna tell me. Well, like, what would Jesus do? Oh yeah, that's right. That's the question. That's always right. No, but like for real, like what would he do though? Dude, I don't know. Like, you tell me. I'm so confused. I don't know. Y'all, how many of us feel like that? Like, we know we're supposed to do the right thing, but we're like, I don't even know what the right thing is to do. I don't even know what Jesus would do. So I don't know what to do. That is why we're in this series right now. And if you don't have a notebook and a pen, I want you to pause this video and go get that, because we're gonna be taking some notes. I have a very important message for you. So pause the video, go get it. Seriously, go pause it. Yeah, okay. Now that we're all back, now that we got our paper in front of us and our pen in our hands, I want you to write this down. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Guys, this is gonna change your life. Okay, ready? Your problems can position you for purpose. I want you to take up an entire page of your notebook, okay? Write it in big, bold letters, all right? Your problems can position you for purpose. That's it. That's amazing, right? Still not grasping it, huh? All right, well, we're gonna jump into our Bible story. And a lot of you guys know we've been talking about the story of Joseph. I'm gonna give you a little recap, all right? So basically, Joseph, he is like the youngest son of a bunch of brothers, and he is highly favored by his dad. He's like, you know, just the most loved. You know, you all have those siblings that you just feel like your parents just love them a little bit more, you know, for some reason. So one day, Joseph gets this, you know, Gucci coat of many colors from his dad, comes strolling up to his brothers, and his brothers aren't like, dude, like, sick drip, bro. Like, no, they're the jealous type, and they're do exactly what we do when we're jealous of people that are wearing clothes that we want to wear. We throw them in a well. They're like, have fun in quarantine, you know, like, anyways, they throw him in a well, and then one of the brothers is like, you know what, like, I really feel like we should capitalize on this opportunity, you know, like, you know what, let's sell him, let's make some money, let's make some profit. So they sell him off into slavery, say sayonara, and he's gone. Then, Joseph ends up in Egypt. He's in jail for a little while, but while he's in there, 2 of Pharaoh's officials, the king of the time, 2 of his officials got in big trouble. I still don't know what it is, but I really want to know what they did. But anyways, so they get sent to jail temporarily. So it's basically like a little timeout for them. And this is the crazy part. Both of these officials got crazy dreams from God on the same exact night. And they both wake up and they're like super distraught, just like when we wake up from naps and you're like, dude, like, what century is it? Like, why am I on the other side of my bed? Like, this is what they were like, and Joseph could tell. And so he asked them, like, how are you guys doing? Like, what is up? And they're like, dude, like, we had the craziest dreams last night, and like, I wish somebody could interpret them because it's like messing with my mind. And Joseph's like, dude, like, me, like, I can do that. Like, God tells me how to interpret dreams, like, tell me. And what's crazy is Joseph interprets them to a T, like exactly. And exactly what he interpreted happened in real life. And so both of these officials get let out after a little bit of time, and it's 2 years later. Like, guys, we've only been in quarantine for like 6 months-ish. Like, not just double that, but like quadruple that amount of time. Like, he's in quarantine, he's in jail, only with God in his thoughts. Like, that's all he's got, really. So 2 years later, the Pharaoh himself gets a crazy dream from God. And so once that dream is over in the morning, Pharaoh brings all of his officials into his like presence, and was like, dude, like, guys, you need to find me an interpreter now. And one of the guys that was in jail with Joseph was like, dude, I know somebody, I'm gonna go get him. They bring Joseph in. Joseph ends up interpreting the dream to a T, exactly like he did for the other people in prison with him. And he interprets with so much detail, so much wisdom, that Pharaoh is astonished, and he's like, I want you to be in charge of this prophetic dream of mine. And because of that, because of Joseph's wisdom, because God was with him in that whole situation, Joseph went from the lowest level, not just like a peasant, but a slave, and he jumped all the way to the top rank, where he is the only person above him is Pharaoh himself. He has full control over the whole land of Egypt. Guys, that would never happen if God was not with him. See, God uses our problems and positions us for purpose. Guys, this is a crazy story, and it seems so crazy, but God can do the same thing in our lives. Guys, I like to think about stories and like all the sports movies I've watched or fight movies. Like I think about like Karate Kid or Creed, and like when there's an individual or a team that is showing up and they're getting ready for their big fight or their big event or their big game, whatever it is, like they have been fueled by something, right? They've been training, and usually there's some kind of issue, there's some kind of situation, circumstance, problem, trauma that has been they're using as fuel to push them towards passion and towards their game and towards their drive and towards wanting to win. Like they have this desire inside of them that is driven by the fuel of their life and their circumstances. Because I want you to think about the problems and the circumstances in your life as fuel. And this fuel can either fuel your anxiety, it can either fuel your depression, it can fuel mental illness, it can fuel so many worldly things. Or we can let our problems and situations fuel our purpose, fuel our drive, fuel our pursuit of God. I love to think about this thing that I learned in my first year of college. I took a bunch of psychology classes, and one of the biggest takeaways was that I learned that nobody can make you feel like something. Like we always say like, oh, you made me feel like this, especially as kids, like, oh, you made me feel like this, right? It's an inaccurate statement. Guys, nobody can make us feel like anything. We're the ones that interpret the situations. We can either get offended, we can be mad, we can be angry, we can be frustrated, but that's all based on our perspective. Nobody can actually make us feel that way. And with this kind of shift in our mind, we're like, oh wow, nobody can make us feel like anything. That means that I have control over my perspective. I have control over my understanding and my reaction to things. And so if we have that in mind, we realize like, wow, I can take any problem in my life and I can have a positive perspective. See, in Romans 8:28, it says, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Guys, that is powerful, that in every situation, God will work everything out for our good. That means in the good and the bad, that in every circumstance, that it can be fuel towards God's purpose for your life. It's kind of incredible. That means that literally every part, every aspect of our life, every day, every situation, every family issue, every heartbreak is for God's purpose and for his glory if we let him use it. I like to think about it like, to give you guys a visual, pretend like it's your first day back at school, like you're actually in school. You go to Dutch, you get your fresh cup of coffee, you're walking into class, you're almost there, and somebody bumps you and this coffee spills all over the floor. You're fresh Dutch, you know, like, no, right? What's our first reaction? Why did this happen to me? Why? Not today, Satan, right? However, it is okay. It's okay to ask why. I think that's really important in our pursuit of God and in our learning experience and relationship with him. It's okay to ask why things are happening. But with maturity, with more understanding of God's character, and if we have full understanding of this verse of Romans 8:28, we know that in everything God uses it for good. So we start with our maturity, we start saying, instead of asking why things are happening, we start asking God, what do you want me to do in it? I know that this happened for a reason. God, use me. God, tell me what to do next. What do you want me to do? See, it's a whole perspective change when we get to walk into every situation, everything that can offend us, everything that can make us mad, everything that can frustrate us, and instead of it letting it do what it's supposed to do, we get to shift that and make it into fuel towards God's purpose for our life. Guys, if you haven't written it down, again, like if you have a notebook now, I want you to write this down. Your problems can position you for purpose. For purpose. Guys, Joseph's story is incredible, and I want to be like him. If you guys haven't read it yet, I want you guys to go to Genesis 40 in that chapter, and I want you to read through Joseph's story, and I want you to start asking, like, God, what pieces of Joseph's character can I implement? Can I be like? I want to be like Joseph. I encourage you to do that and read about him. But if I can summarize this for you, if our problems can position us for purpose, and our main serious question is what to do when you don't know what to do, this is the two things I can tell you. Is one, Romans 8:28. Remember that in all things, God works them out for your good. And number two, start asking God what. I know it's kind of a repeat of the question, like what to do when, like what do you do when you don't know what to do? Well, ask God what to do. Ask him, involve him in your situation, in your circumstances. And number three is let other people into your life and into your situation. Let the people in your life that are leaders, that are mentors, help you make decisions. It's so easy to make the wrong decision on your own, but it's way easier to make the right decision with other people. Does that make sense, everyone? Are you feeling me? For real, like I've noticed that in my life. It is so easy to make good and right decisions when other people are making them, but it's so easy to do the wrong thing by yourself. So guys, I hope you feel encouraged by this message. I hope you remember in this week and through the rest of your life that your problems can position you for purpose. It's such an important part of our walk with God to know that in all things, God uses them for good. So guys, I hope you guys can come on this coming Wednesday and enjoy our fun small groups, and then we're gonna do a senior kickoff. Then we are gonna do a movie night. So keep involved with our notifications. And the next announcement is that we are gonna have a lake day, August 15th. We're gonna go to the lake on Saturday. We're gonna enjoy time together. Bring your floaties, bring your swimsuits, bring your snacks. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun time together. And no, you don't have to wear your mask in the lake. So guys, you guys are amazing. Let me know how you're doing. Let all of us leaders know how you're doing this Sunday, and we would love to talk to you, love to reach out to you. I hope you have a blessed week. We will see you next time. Bye.
To be loved by you.